Hi guys, this video is a reply to the video that Common Line Cowboy made as a reply to my video, which is entitled 10 things which evolution scientists just cannot get into their reality. But before I begin, I must first explain what cannot get into your reality means. Let's take a scenario, for example. If a person in time past used to count 1 plus 1 equals 4, that was before scientists had developed the counting system, and then after scientists have developed the counting system, 1 plus 1 equals 2, the person sees that, examines it, believes, well, yes, it is true, but decides that they will not change their policy from 1 plus 1 equals 4 to 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then that person cannot get the 1 plus 1 equals 2 into their reality. So that's what that means. Okay, let's begin. First of all, the first one is science is not evolution. Many evolution scientists have said that without evolution, science would have very little value. They have also said that without evolution, science would not advance the way it have advanced. But I say that this is rubbish and lies, because the advancement of science is not based on the subject, but it is based on the meticulous study and experimentation and continuous results, factual results that is produced. That is where the advancement of science lies. And the value of science lies in the factual results that is being produced using the scientific method. So these evolution scientists just cannot get into their reality that science is not evolution. Number 2, a bone is not a fossil record. Well, that was answered correct by him, but I want to read some information I got on the web. So listen to it. Common DNA sequences, evidence of evolution or design, by Jeffrey Tompkins, PhD. With the advent of modern biotechnology, researchers have been able to determine the actual sequence of the roughly 3 billion databases of DNA, A, T, C, G, that make up the human genome. They have sequenced the genomes of many other types of creatures as well. Scientists have tried to use this DNA data to find similarities in the DNA sequences of creatures that are supposedly related through evolutionary descent. But do genetic similarities provide evidence for evolution? DNA supports distinct kinds. In June 2009, Acts of Facts, an article was published by the author that showed how this approach has been used in an attempt to demonstrate an evolutionary relationship between humans and chimpanzees. The article shows that scientists incorporate a large amount of bias in their analysis in order to manipulate the data to support evolution, when in fact the DNA data supports the obvious and distinctive categorization of life that is commonly observed in the fossil record and in existing life forms. In reality, there is a clear demarcation between each created kind, chimps, mice, chickens, dogs, etc., and there is no blending together or observe transition from one kind of animal to another. All created kinds exhibit a certain amount of genetic variability within their grouping while still maintaining specific genetic boundaries. In other words, one kind does not change into another either in the fossil record or in observations of living organisms. While similar DNA sequences, while the genome of each creature is unique, many animals kinds share common special types of genes that are genetically similar in DNA sequence. When comparing DNA sequences between animal taxa and evolutionary scientists often hand select the genes that are commonly shared among similar conserved, while giving less attention to the categories of DNA sequence that dissimilar. I'll stop there. Well, I will have to have a part 2 of this one because there's a lot of information to be explained. However, I will continue to the next item, which is a bone is not a fossil record. It is clearly stated in the article that genes, even though they seem to match, but there is no relationship in the genome between kinds. So that is clear. I don't think I have to add any more to that. So my next
rock, a bone, by definition, is not yet a fossil. Good processes without the interference of man will.
So my next one will be where biological processes without the interferences of man will evolve, but that is not evolution, according to what I said. Now, common line cowboy is not a stranger to the theory of evolution. He knows well that evolution scientists do not regard variation in species, which is what I'm talking about, as evolution. And all the papers they bring with man looking like monkeys and the tree of life and showing you how fish turn into tree and all rubbish like that, that is what evolutionary scientists regard as evolution. So I don't see his point there. He has no point there. None at all. See you in part 2.